It's kind of barely on. Check. La 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 la. Da 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 da. There we are. Whoops, guitar's loud. Yeah. We have sound, but we don't know what to do with it. You give me the high sign when you want to go live. You're okay. Here we go. How you doing? I'm so glad you're here. I can tell you we're in the right place. So this opening song is about as easy as you can get. I'll sing a line and you sing it right back at me. You got it? Here we go. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Yes, I really do believe there is heaven everywhere. Oh, you guys sound great. All right, next verse, a little more soul, a little more feeling, a little louder. Deep inside my soul, oh, I feel peace within my heart. Deep inside my soul, I feel peace within my heart. Deep inside my soul, I feel peace within my heart. Yes, I really do believe this is where that heaven starts. The sound may be a little weird, but you guys are not weird at all. It sounds great. All right, for this next verse, I'd like everybody to stand, please. Because when you stand, you move, and your voice comes out a little bit better. But mainly it's the lyrics, what the lyrics say. I have no choice here. Standing close to me, I see love from all my friends. Standing close to me, I see love from all my friends. really do believe that this heaven never ends. Ooh, nice. So we're standing, we're singing, we're moving. So for this last verse, I want you to use the voice. You know what I'm talking about. This is your going down the road singing with the car radio voice. You know that one. Let me hear you go. Up above my head, woo, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Yes, I really do believe there is heaven everywhere. There is heaven everywhere.
Oh, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? So Robert Anderson, I just want to take a moment to introduce him. This wonderful man and I used to work together of sorts at my last spiritual center. We did a lot of wonderful services together, and it's such a pleasure to have you here. Julie and Lance are off, and so I reached out to Robert, and he said, sure, and here we are. So glad to be working with you again. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Northern Colorado. My name is Reverend Lee Alvarado. My pronouns are she and her. So glad that you are here. Welcome to those online. We welcome all lifestyles and beliefs, no matter who you are. You are welcome here. And I want to take a moment to honor our prayer practitioner, our prayer partner who is holding us all in prayer, Christine Roth. She is sitting in the back of the room. And so if there is something on your heart, just know that she is holding you in consciousness, and she will be available after service if there's something on your heart that you would like prayer for. We are a spiritual philosophy, and we honor all the greatest truths of all of the major religions. And because we do that, because we believe that at the heart of every faith tradition, we are all one. We are all one. And in Science of Mind, we believe that we can transform our limiting thoughts, our limiting beliefs, and so that we can then experience heaven, not as a place, but as a state of mind. So welcome, so glad that you are all here. Let's say our mission and our vision together. Our mission. We are an inclusive community, inspiring personal growth, spiritual practice, and a positive way of life. And our vision, to awaken humanity, revealing a world that works for everyone. All right, the next up is the kid song. Do we have kiddos? Oh, there you are, yes, all right. Come on up, ladies. All right, let's all sing this together, yeah? God is everything there is, so I am part of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I'm thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is. Thank you, ladies. Okay, I didn't realize that I would be loud as I was singing. That, yeah, thanks.
Well, either the people online can hear me or they can't. I can't quite. Say, Andy, could you see if the purple mic is working? Anyway, I have announcements, so I'm just going to do them anyway. Either they're going to happen or they're not going to happen. It's going to work.
It's happening. It is happening.
Well, it's happening one way or the other. Outreach. So I'm going to just tell you what's going on. Outreach from March, a percentage of our tithes each month goes to support a local nonprofit. This month, Grace Upon Grace.
Yes.
They're one of our partner favorite.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are indeed.
The dream of Grace Upon Grace is to provide underserved people in our community with diapers, wipes, and period products to live and grow with grace and dignity, and while addressing the roots of social inequities. Thank you for your support of this wonderful organization. This doesn't say you're going to say this. Usually it's that I'm going to say this.
This is something you're going to say.
Okay.
Yes.
Membership 101 class. The date isn't listed on the slide.
We did
Yeah.
one today.
Yes, the date is listed on the
Well, that was, yes, but there's one that's coming next Sunday.
slide. Oh.
That's
but-
what's not
but
listed.
wait, there's more.
Yes.
So next Sunday, don't miss out on the Membership 101 class. We'll be offering another membership class from 2:30 to 4:30 next Sunday, facilitated by
Me.
Reverend Leah.
Mhm.
Learn the core teachings and fundamental spiritual practices of our center. Get your questions answered in an open and welcoming environment. I know that that's an opening and welcoming environment.
It is
I
indeed.
know that
Yes.
because I've been there.
Yes.
And then on March the 10th, there will be a membership ceremony during the service to honor the new members. So if you went to class today or you go to class next Sunday,
Yes.
we're going to
Do a special anointing.
do something fun.
Yes.
And
Very fun.
Throw sparkles or something.
Well, there may not be
I-
sparkles, but it'll be fun.
Okay, save this date, Easter, March 31st. Join us for a special Easter service and a ceremony to honor the infinite possibilities available to us all. Now, the awesome thing about that is Reverend Leah is the queen of ceremonies and ritual. So save that date. Don't miss this because
Got something planned.
there's much fun to be had.
Yes, indeed.
After the service,
Now this.
there'll be a celebration filled with fun activities, suitable games for all ages.
You can tell by the pictures, right?
Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd, look at that. Yeah,
Adults, kids, everybody. Yes.
okay. Yeah. I completely lost my place. Human bingo. Now, if you don't know what human bingo is, you're going to have to come on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, to find out because
Yeah.
we played human
Yeah.
bingo last year, and it was a blast.
It was a blast.
And I hate games. I had a really, really good time with human bingo last year. It was phenomenal, and it's not like Twister.
Oh, thank
So
God.
Don't worry about that.
That
It's-
would be
it's-
inappropriate
it's
in a
good.
spiritual
And
community.
we'll do creative crafts and engaging games, and of course, the much anticipated, wait for it, egg hunt. There will be an egg hunt.
And prizes.
And prizes, and something for everyone to enjoy. So if none of those things are on a list of things you would enjoy, talk to me afterwards and let me know what you'd enjoy, and we'll figure out how to make that happen too. Okay. This month's theme. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, okay. So
Okay.
costume change. Hold on
Costume
one
change.
second.
Hold on.
Costume change. Okay.
Hang on.
Mhm.
If
Normally would not put my back to the audience,
and
but
normally
just,
I would not pull my shirt off in public, but
okay, so hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, costume. Okay, here we go. Hence the blue and the red. You got it?
with the glasses, it's perfect. Okay. Is my cape?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There we
Could you
go.
fix my
Okay.
cape? Okay.
Okay, you're
Great,
all
this
floofed
is-
and fluffed and
This is
good to go.
working phenomenally with the glasses. Discover your superpower. That is this month's theme. Discover your superpower. And in the back of the room, there's a
Yes.
table with stickers for you to write down your superpower to wear during
Like
the
this.
potluck or when you leave. So when you go to the grocery store afterwards and you
Yeah.
forget that you still have it
It's a
on,
good conversation
and
starter.
you go to the checkout and somebody says, your
What?
superpower is empathy and compassion,
Yes.
what does that mean? Then you'll have to explain it. So that's wonderful.
And so what is your superpower, Miss Marie?
Well, I'm starting to think my superpower is patience and persistence.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I used to believe it was humor, but now patience and persistence
Very
top
good.
the list.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, excellent.
So that's about that. And then every Sunday we gather together to
Yes.
share a meal. Tonight we are having a potluck. So please come join us for a connection, conversation, and a great meal. There's a potluck in the back. It's all set up.
Yeah.
We're all fooded up, I think.
We always are.
We always are. So that's what I know. And, my QR code. Love me a good QR code. And everything else that's happening you can find by scanning that QR code or going to our website, cslnoco.org.
Thank
That's
you,
all I know.
Marie. All right. Okay, so we're going to slow it down a little bit here. I'm going to hit the singing bowl, and I just invite you to just let the sound just wash over you, and then we'll move into a chant that Robert's going to lead us in, and the words are on the screen. And so let's just take a moment to move into prayer. And so I just know in this moment, this space, this time, that there is a presence, a power, an energy, a light that is the divine, that is found within us, around us, for us. It is beneath us on the floor in which we stand and the chairs in which we sit. This entire space is filled with that light and with that love, and I am knowing that that presence and that light is a felt presence within our being, within our heart in this moment. I am knowing that our hearts are open to receive this message today, that we are exactly where we need to be, that we have been guided here. And so I know that presence and that light and that love is around us. It is for us. It is inspiring us in our life. And so I'm just so grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to come together as a community, to feel that presence, to trust and know that we have been guided here. There is no other place where we need to be. And so we feel that presence, we breathe in that light, and we trust and know that we are always taken care of. We are always held. We are always supported by that light, by that love. And so with great gratitude for this time, great gratitude for remembering this truth, we release this. we let it go, we allow it to be, we surrender completely, trusting this journey. And so it is.
I love with the heart of God within me. I sing with the voice of God within me. I rest in the peace of God within me. Everything praises God within me. I know with the mind of God within me. I pray with the faith of God within me. I trust in the power of God within me. Everything praises God within me. I am a safe and loving place, born of beauty and amazing grace. I am, yes I am. I laugh with the joy of God within me. I shine with the light of God within me. I am who I am because of God within me. Everything praises God within me. I am a safe and loving place, born of beauty and amazing grace. I am, yes I am. I laugh with the joy of God within me. I shine with the light of God within me. I am who I am because of God within me. Everything praises God. Everything praises God. Everything praises God within me.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you so much. All right. So, we're talking this month about our superpowers, and I'm going to say more about that. And there I am. Look what my marketing person did. Isn't she? Brill. Yeah. But today I'm talking about what lies beneath the surface. But before I get into my talk, I first just want to say thank you to Reverend Sherry. I know that you all were in great hands with her last week as I traveled to Charleston, South Carolina for a CSL convention. And we're just so blessed to have you as part of our community. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So the convention was 4 days, packed, like 8 a.m. until 10 o'clock at night, amazing speakers, incredible music, just so inspiring. And you know, one of the things I was reminded of in being there with all of these ministers and practitioners and people from all over is that, you know, we're a global organization. Some of you may not know that, but we have over 400 centers across the US and the world. And so if you can imagine that, that means that ministers and practitioners and community members, thousands of people all over the world, committed to creating a world that works for everyone. How cool is that? People that are committed to raising the consciousness of humanity, that are committed to being a light in the world. I think that is the most beautiful thing. And, you know, in our global vision, the vision for the great Center for Spiritual Living, that's part of their vision, is to create a world that works for everyone. And we liked it so much that we included it in our own vision statement. And while I was at the convention, there was a minister, Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson, stood up and he talked about this vision statement, and he said, you know, I needed to tweak it a little bit. And he said, you know, instead of creating a world that works for everyone, we actually need to create a world that works for all. Everyone implies just human beings. But what he said is it's not just about human beings, it's about our planet. It's about the earth. It's about all living things. It's about all animal life and plant life. It's our oceans, it's our seas, it's our lakes, it's our rivers, it's our marshes, it's everything. And he said that if the reason that's important is because we could be this great, creating a life that works for everyone and we're all happy-dappy, but if the planet is being disrespected and damaged and destroyed, then are we really living a world that works for all, for everyone? No, we're not. So I loved that. And so I've amended our vision statement, and we're going to say that together in a minute. And I know with the bylaws, we actually have to be official about this and do this at the annual meeting in June, which we will. So that's more to come on that. But I first want to acknowledge the land that this building sits on. What lies beneath this building is sacred land. Do you know, we tend to take land for granted, don't we? We walk on it, we inhabit it, our homes are built on it. We don't really think about the land very much. In the indigenous cultures, it's a big deal to them. In the indigenous cultures, it's a living, breathing being. So for them, the land is something to bow in reverence to. And so given that, I want to acknowledge the land that is here. So I did a little bit of research. And so I would like to acknowledge that this service today is being held on the traditional lands of the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, and the Ute people. And I want to respectfully acknowledge those who have stewarded this land, these people who have stewarded this land over the generations, preparing the way for us to be here today. Can you get that? So this is something that I am going to bring in each Sunday now. I'm going to acknowledge the land because I think it's important. It's not enough to just create a world for everyone. We need to create a world for all that works for all. And so I want to amend the vision statement. And so if we could say this together, okay? Our vision: to awaken humanity, revealing a world that works for all. Thank you. So today, I'm talking about what lies beneath the surface. And I love this graphic that my amazing marketing person, Mary Lindsay, created. Isn't it sweet? Yeah, and I think that just represents this idea that we have this power that is within us, and it's often hidden away. And sometimes it's a little scary even to find out what that is. It takes some courage to dive beneath the surface to see what might be there. In this week's book study, we're reading a book called I Am the Word. And if you have not read this book or you have not heard of it, I highly, highly recommend that you check it out. It's quite profound. This week we're talking about boulders. That's the name of the title of the chapter, Boulders. And the boulders are the false beliefs, the stories that we are holding on to. And so you know the stories. You know the boulders in your life. Some of us have a lot of boulders that we're dragging around with us. Some of us have a great, big, huge one right in the living room. There it is, just right there, yeah? And so these are the boulders that say, life is hard. The boulder that says, I've got this thing, this illness, this ailment, this pain, and you know, it's never getting better. It's not going to get any better. You know, the boulder that says, that person, they're never going to change. Anybody have that one? Yeah, okay. None of you willing to raise your hand for that one. Okay. But I know. The boulder that says, I have this anxiety and depression, and I've had it since I was 10, and I'm now in my 50s, and it's with me, and I don't think it's ever going to go away. So we have these boulders that we believe are the truth about our life, the truth about who we are. And I've said this in other talks. Do you know, once we have bought into that story or that belief, we then look for evidence to prove we are right about that, don't we? Looking for the evidence. There it is again, there it is again, there it is again. And then our boulder just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There it is, sitting in our living room. And we try to blend it into the environment. You know, we put our furniture around it. We maybe stack up some throw pillows in front of it. We might paint some rainbows or some hearts on it so that when people come over, they can't quite see that the boulder is there. We've camouflaged it a bit. Yeah? And so it takes great courage to begin to dismantle it, to begin to look at it, to begin to go beneath and even lift it up a little bit to see what's there, what's underneath that boulder, to see the patterns of thought, to see the false beliefs and the stories that we have created. Sometimes we're walking around with those beliefs and those stories, and we don't even realize we are doing that. And life continues to reflect back to us the same thing over and over again, and then we wonder, why does this thing keep happening in my life? Anybody wonder that sometimes? It's my stories, it's my beliefs. So it gives us an opportunity to ask the question, is it true? Is it true that this thing will never go away? Is it true that this person will never change? Yeah, it certainly feels that way, doesn't it? Is it true that I will forever have to deal with this anxiety, this depression, this issue, whatever that issue may be? So when we stop for a moment to ask the question, if you ask the question honestly, earnestly, likely you're going to get the answer of no, it's not true. It remains as long as we continue to feed it, as long as we continue to give energy to it, then it remains, yeah? Now, there are things in our life that we cannot control. There are things that we experience sometimes as human beings that do indeed happen to us. I believe they happen for us as well, but there are things that happen that we don't have control over. We're diagnosed with a chronic illness. We go through some tragic event in our life. And so these things happen. And then it's up to us to then decide how we're going to view that thing in our life. How are we going to now deal with it? As part of the convention in Charleston, South Carolina, we got the wonderful opportunity to go to a museum that had just been built, the International African American Museum. It took almost 30 years for this museum to come together. It was profound. The museum was built on the shores of where tens of thousands of slaves had come in off of ships into Charleston. And they had windows all at the back of the museum so you could look and you can actually visualize and imagine what that must have been like. As I walked through the museum, it was difficult to not be in tears. There were video exhibits, and one of the video exhibits showed these African Americans dancing and singing. And there was a narrator talking about how they used song and dance as a way to move through the grief and the pain that they experienced on a daily basis. And to also deal with the loss of life every day, losing their children, losing their friends, losing their family. So they danced and they sang and they celebrated. There was another video, and it was made to look during that time period, and it was a little girl walking through the forest, and the voice came over and it said, I am not going to choose to focus on my sadness. I'm going to choose to be hopeful about my future and about what is next. And so as I watched these videos, I was so touched by how resilient we are as human beings. We are incredibly resilient. So we can't control what happens to us in our life. Yes, we are powerful, creative beings, and yes, we can create, and yet there are things we cannot control. But we can control how we respond to it. Our greatest superpowers, some of our greatest superpowers come from our greatest wounds. Do you get that? Isn't that cool? So our greatest wounds often open the door to access those superpowers. But in order to access those superpowers, in order to even know what they are, we have to be brave enough to go down deep within. We have to be brave enough to move the boulder to see what is underneath it, or start breaking it down to see what is here. What is this telling me about my life? We are being asked to lean into, with conviction, into spirit, the universe. To know that the universe is for us, not against us. To lean into our faith. To know that if I choose to go beneath the surface, to see what is there, that I'm going to be okay. That I'm not going to fall apart. The truth is, we cannot heal what we are not willing to face, what we are not willing to really look at. So if we continue to operate only on the surface level, we're not going to get very far. And we're going to miss the beauty of life, and we're going to not have access to our true superpower. Superpowers. So in those moments when we make that decision and that choice to go down deep beneath the surface, when we say, okay, I am willing to do the work, I am willing to see what is there and what's possible for my life, do you know that a group, a legion even, of beings, light beings, angels, guides, ancestors, spirits are there showing up with their hands on our backs, supporting us as we say yes to our life? Do you get that? When we say yes, when we commit to doing the work, they are right there by our side. They are right there. Part of the spiritual journey is strengthening our faith. is strengthening our faith, believing that we can indeed handle whatever it is that is beneath the surface, whatever lies there beneath the surface. You know, my two superpowers, and I shared them briefly, and if you heard when I was up here with Marie, compassion and empathy. And you know, they go back to when I was a little girl. They came out of a time in my life as a child when I was 5, 6 years old where I didn't feel loved and I didn't feel understood at all. And that continued as I got older. And as I observed people in my life, the people that were not so nice, I remember as a kid watching them, wondering what makes them behave the way they do. So my superpower of putting myself into others' shoes to understand them, that's my empathy. It came from that time. And my ability to have compassion and to open my heart to others came also from that time. The gift came out of my pain. So the thing that was often most missing for us as children, the thing that we didn't receive, the thing that we wish we would have gotten more of, that's a clue to your superpower. That's the thing that we most want to give to the world, the thing that we most want to share, is the thing that we didn't receive when we were little. Our personal power is a gift. For some of you, it's kindness. For some of you, it might be humor. For some of you, it might be the gift of service. But you know, our personal power, our superpower, is also our connection to spirit, our connection to the divine. That I am presence that we chanted so beautifully earlier. That is our true power. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, he said this: the greater a person's consciousness of this indwelling I am, the more fully they will live. So when we are aware and conscious of this I am presence, of this light, this love, this magnificent light that God is, when we are present to that, when we are aware of that, our lives look very differently because we feel differently, we trust differently, we have faith in a new way, we walk in a new way. Yes? And you know, that indwelling presence has guided you here today. I said that in my opening prayer. It has guided you here. It has guided you to the people in your life, the circumstances in your life, the challenges in your life. Every single one of it is being guided by this indwelling presence. Because it's in those circumstances, it's in those situations where you're going to grow the most, where you're going to evolve the most, where you are going to awaken. Now, there's no judgment in God. Many of us grew up with an extremely judgmental God. I think Reverend Sherry talked about that last week. The God we believe in is pure love. So there is no judgment. But if you want to keep ignoring the boulders that are there in your living room with all the throw pillows around them, if you want to keep ignoring them, that's up to you. And I say that with no judgment. Honestly, please hear what I'm saying. There is nothing that you must do. It is a choice that you get to make moment by moment by moment. But what I'm encouraging all of us to do is to at least notice the boulder that's there, see it, what you choose to do with it, that's the next step, but to notice it. And if there's resistance, noticing the resistance. What is the resistance about? There is nothing that we must do. There are only actions that we take, and there's circumstances that show up as a result of the actions that we take. But I have an invitation for all of you. I invite you to be more brave today than you were yesterday. to be braver today than you were yesterday. I invite all of us to begin to chip away at that, to begin to go beneath the surface, to see what is there that I need to look at. And although when we begin that process, it feels like quicksand pulling us down before we are even ready. Here's the thing. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't be here. You would not be hearing this message. You would have shown up somewhere else. So on some level, you are ready. It's just a matter of saying, okay, Spirit, okay, indwelling presence, I know that you're here. I know, all right, I don't feel ready, but here I go. Here I go. So I trust and know that you are ready to face these things in your life, to look at the stories that you have been creating, to look at the false beliefs that you have been holding on to about your life, about the people in your life, about the circumstances in your life, to look at it honestly, with grace and compassion for yourself, not with judgment, but to simply be aware. Let's all just take a breath together. Breathing out. In our global vision statement, another statement that I want us to be aware of is this one. I think this is a powerful one. We envision a world where each and every person discovers their own personal power. That is part of Centers for Spiritual Living, global vision. Isn't that awesome? That we each have the opportunity to discover our personal power, to discover our superpowers. There's little stickers back there and pens for you to write down what your superpower is, superpowers are. And so as we trust the circumstances of our life, and as we have faith in this I am presence that is within us, and if we are bold enough and brave enough to begin to go beneath the surface, to look at what's there, and to ask the questions of ourselves, of the stories that is this true? Is this true about my life? Is this true about me? Keep asking questions. Keep inquiring. Keep moving down beneath the surface. And trust that you're never doing this alone. And so we want to give thanks for these boulders. We want to be grateful for what they are teaching us and what they are showing us in our life. And to be grateful for the superpowers that we have been gifted with, because every single one of us has something to bring, to share with the world. And it is connected often to our greatest wounds. But that is a beautiful thing. And as we do that, as we are brave enough to do that for ourselves, we then give others silent permission to do the same. And then indeed we can create a world that works for all. Let's move into prayer. I invite our practitioners to stand in high consciousness. And so let's just begin by taking another deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. And so in this precious moment, this precious time, we recognize and know that we are exactly where we need to be, that those boulders in our life are there for a reason, that they are there to show us what it is that we need to look at. The creations in our life, the stories, the false beliefs, to look at those aspects of our being and of our life, not with judgment, but with compassion, with understanding, with grace. And to be brave enough to dive beneath the surface, to see what is there to show us, to teach us, to support us as we walk this earthly walk. And so I am knowing that as we go out into our week, that we are remembering that indwelling presence, that I am presence that is within our being. We are remembering to call on that presence when we get stuck, and to trust and know and have faith that we are not alone on this journey, that we are supported and guided to the perfect people, the perfect circumstances, the perfect books, the perfect everything to support our growth and our evolution as souls. And so I am declaring and affirming right here, right now, that we are brave enough to do this work with an open and a full heart. And so with great gratitude, I release this and I declare it to be done right here and right now. And so with that, we simply say, and so it is.
I'm so glad that Leah mentioned a world that works for all, because that's kind of what the song is about. So that's your part up there. Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, talking through me. Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, talking through me. It's talking through the toddler on her mama's knee. It's talking through the Brahmin with his chakras free. It's talking through the Dalai Lama sipping tea. And I know Spirit is talking, talking through me. Here we go. Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, talking through me. Once more. Spirit is talking, yeah. Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, talking through me. It's talking through the robin in the redwood tree. It's talking through the dolphin in the deep blue sea. It's talking through the crocodile, the honeybee. And I know Spirit is talking, talking through me. Here we go. Spirit is talking, yeah. Spirit is talking, yeah. Spirit is talking, talking through me. Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, talking through me. It's talking about amazing grace and harmony. It's talking about unshaken faith and certainty. It's talking about the way that love can set us free. And I know Spirit is talking, talking through me. Here we go. Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, talking through me. Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, Spirit is talking, talking through me.
All right, so if something touched you, moved you, inspired you today, we just invite you to give from your heart, and we know and we affirm that as we give, we receive. So I invite you, whatever energy you put into the basket, whether it's love, whether it's financial good, that you put it in intentionally and feel that energy and that vibration blessing this beloved community. And so placing your gift on your heart, let's say this offering affirmation together. This gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give and joyfully I receive. bring it on up here to bless it. Thank you, Matt. All right, so I am just so grateful for all that is flowing into this community, the abundance, the prosperity, the joy, the light, the love, all of it. And I just know that it continues to bless our community, allowing us to do and create a world that works for all. And so it is. Thank you all. Okay. Anybody here for the first time? Anybody? Welcome. Welcome. Glad you're here. Oh, so glad. Okay, well, oh, you're so welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. All right, and we have a potluck afterwards, so if you didn't get by the way the tables are set up back there and the smell of food wafting into the sanctuary, whether you brought food or not, you are welcome to stay. It's always a great time to connect and just enjoy a meal together, so please join us after service. All right. So, and also just a reminder that Christine will be up here providing prayer. If there's something that you need on your heart, something you'd like prayer for, she will spend a few minutes with you. If that's heavy on your heart, know that that's available. All right. Let's stand for our closing benediction and our closing song with Robert. So let's say these words together, placing your hands over your heart. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we awaken to the light of our own true nature. May we be healed, and may we be a source of healing for all beings. Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is.
So you already know this song. My friend Faith Rivera turned it into a rock and roll song. Catch on. This love and light of mine